I think that's probably one of the best things for me, is actually being at the start with the fastest boats in the world right there, and you're in there mixing it up with them. It's a great challenge, and then we zoom off, and the faster IMOCA 60s had managed to pull away, and we were settling in with the middle of their pack, and they were trying to get past us, and they couldn't quite do it, and we came up, we ended up, and one of the boys said, we'll just have a ride with these guys, just hook on their wave. And so we settled down and we got closer and closer, and probably nothing more than a boat length. We could really see what was going on, and everyone was waving and not sure where it was going to go. I thought it was going to be a crash at one point. Eventually we decided to split away from them, and we pulled away.
Bloody hell. You're in it together, you're all pushing for the boat to go as fast as possible, and every other boat that comes into our sight, there's a little match race going on with them. So all of us are putting all our energy into it and towards the common goal. So absolutely brings us really tightly together, I think, yes.
So the planning, we refresh maybe every 3 or 4 hours. We have a quick look at it, see where we are we ahead of where we think we should be or not.
Starting to converge now. Is where the inshore boats have come in around the Lizard here. We're the most offshore at the moment. We're all starting to converge to work our way past the Scilly Isles.
The pack that we were with, 95% of them went to the north of the Scillies, and I think there were only 3 or 4 boats showing on the AIS that went to the south with us, and we figured that actually it was better to take some pain early on and not have such a tight race, be so tight under the wind later on. And it seemed to benefit us. We were with our sister ship Apollo here. He went to the north and squirted ahead and was probably 10 or 15 miles ahead of us. And then as we closed into the rock, we got down to 1.5 miles behind him. And then once we got round the rock, by the time we got to the Scillies, we were 12 miles ahead. It's great to build the boats and then to race them and see how similar they are, really.
Simon, pepper or pulled pork?
I'll have full pork. I'd split a 50-50 with something.
Oh, bloody hell. We only lost 1 pound of bacon throughout the whole race. So that's not bad going, really. And the pan went airborne, turned itself upside down and landed on the floor. We did also lose a guacamole cracker that missed Adam's mouth at a certain point and flew and splattered itself on the back of the cockpit. Those were the 2 main disasters. And the toilet seat. I was sitting on the toilet at one point and a large wave came along and I went sideways with the seat and we both flew across the head. I think those were the biggest disasters we had in the entire race, which isn't bad at all. Nothing else went wrong at all. That's the worst that happened to us all the way round. So I don't think we can complain at that. A few of us went airborne in our bunks a couple of times when we hit big waves, but you get used to that.
When it's got a bit rough, I did actually have to sort of step in and say, okay, I don't think we need a meal at this point, because we were still filling up from the previous meals. If the fruit bowl starts rattling, that's then time to put a reef in, but I didn't even see it fly this time. If the fruit bowl goes, it is time to reef. The race was pretty fast and furious. It took us, I think, probably 12 hours to get across from the Scillies to the rock, and then only 10 hours coming back. We have to respect the seas, and it's great the way that the safety equipment has come on, the tracking, the AIS, and also the weather forecasting makes it a safer place for us to be at sea. Perhaps take some of the explorer aspect out of it, but it's still good fun and very challenging out there.
I'm just buzzing with excitement the whole time. Come on. Yeah. That's where I'm at. I'm not there going, oh, I think we should be slowing down a bit or easing off or any of that at all. No, I just want to go faster. Little tiny things. We had an absolutely fantastic time. We laughed non-stop all the way round. We all got on really well together, so we just gelled really quickly and just laughed all the way round and supported each other as well, which I think is really important.
I guess we do the race because it's a home. We finish back at home, which is a lovely part of it. You know, with the family cruising as well as the racing, it just absolutely confirms that the boat is a wonderful place to be at leisure or racing.
I did it last time. I'll do it next time if I'm invited. I hope I am, very much so. Never in my wildest dreams imagined that I'd find myself doing the Fastnet race, but I'm so glad that I have and enjoyed every minute of it. And yes, anybody who thinks of themselves as a sailor, I would strongly recommend it, just for that experience, the camaraderie, all the different conditions, the fantastic display of international boats of all shapes and sizes around us all the time. And because it's such a large fleet, as I said, you're always having a little race with somebody. You're never out there completely on your own, and that in itself kind of keeps the adrenaline and the interest going.